So we are moving to the last part of third unit of the paper, Nationalism in India, Revolutionary Socialist Communist. So revolutionary movements in India. So with this video the third unit is over, okay? Okay, fine. Revolutionary movements in India. Revolutionaries in India, particularly during the colonial era, sought to overthrow British rule and establish a self-governed nation free from oppression, poverty, and foreign domination. While many were influenced by extremist ideologies, others embraced nationalist fervor, socialist, communist ideas. Their methods varied from non-violent mobilization to armed resistance. In the early stages, the Indian National Congress, dominated by Western-educated moderates, aimed the constitutional reforms. However, dissatisfaction grew due to limited British concessions. The partition of Bengal sparked mass mobilization and introduced a more assertive ideology. In Bengal and Maharashtra, Hindu revivalism emerged with leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak and B.D. Savarkar, who used religious symbols and festivals to unite people. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's Anand Math and the slogan Vande Mataram became symbols of resistance. Post Gandhi's withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement, frustration among youth led to the rise of revolutionary extremism. Inspired by the international events like Russian Revolution and Irish struggle, young revolutionaries in Bengal, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh formed groups such as Hindustan Public Association. Key leaders like Ram Prasad Bismil, Chandrasekhar Azad and Bhagat Singh played prominent roles. The HRA was later renamed the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association. Major incidents like the Kaghori train robbery, assassination of Saunders, assembly bomb throwing highlighted their revolutionary approach. Bhagat Singh and comrades used trials as platforms for anti-British propaganda, inspiring the nation with slogans like Inquilab Sindhabad. Jatin Das hunger strike and Surya Sen's Chittagong armory raid further ignited nationalist passions. These movements were met with harsh repression, but their impact was profound. They stirred youth consciousness, emphasized mass participation, introduced socialists through the first India's freedom struggle. Bhagat Singh specially evolved to advocate for Marxist ideology and mass mobilization. Though many revolutionaries were executed or imprisoned, their legacy became a powerful force that shaped the national movement and inspired future generations. Next is rise of ideals in India. Socialist ideals, okay? The period from 1920 to 30 saw a significant radicalization of India's national movement with the emergence of socialist ideas led by leaders like Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose. This ideological shift was largely influenced by the Russian Revolution. That is, working class could overthrow oppressive reigns. These developments deeply inspired many young Indian nationalists who were disillusioned by the withdrawal of the non-cooperation movement and sought faster progress towards the independence and social reform. A socialist thought gained momentum. Two major political entities were established, the CPI and Congress Socialist Party. These groups emphasized the struggles between the working class and the elite, challenging both British imperialism and India's feudal structures. Youth mobilization surged across the country, with Bose and Nehru organizing programs that attacked colonialism and advocated economic justice. Nehru emerged as the key proponent of socialism within the Congress. He visited Brussels in 1927, where he met several anti-colonial Marxist thinkers. Later toured Soviet Russia, where he witnessed socialism in practice. These experiences solidified his belief that economic and social equality was essential for India's liberation. Nehru publicly declared his socialist stance during the Lahore Congress of 1929, arguing that only socialism could end poverty, unemployment, exploitation. In his writings, like Vither India, and speeches such as the 1936 Lucknow Congress address, Nehru firmly stated that socialism understood in a scientific and economic sense was the key to solving India's problem. Just a second. However, his views occasionally clashed with Gandhian philosophy, which he respected for mass mobilization but criticized for ignoring class conflict and advocating harmony between exploiters and the exploited. This is a very important. Nehru believed that political freedom and social freedom were intertwined. He insisted that leftist ideals should not operate outside Congress but should work within it to broaden its base among peasants and workers, thereby transforming it into a more inclusive, socially conscious national movement. Okay, next is communism in India. The rise of communist ideology in India was significantly influenced by the Soviet Revolution of 1917. M.N. Roy played a key role in developing international communist thought, co-founding CPI with 7 others in Tashkent in 1920. By 1925, the CPI was formally established in Kanpur under S.V. Ghate, aiming to radicalize the Congress and mobilize peasants and workers. Regional communist and labor organizations soon emerged. Labour Party in Bengal, Congress Labour Party in Bombay, Kirti Kisan Party in Punjab, Hindustan Labour Party in Madras. These groups united under the Workers' and Peasants' Party, aiming to build a mass movement rooted in socialist principles. The British cracked down on communists through conspiracy cases, led to arrest and suppression. The Meerut conspiracy case garnered national attention, revealing British fears of growing communist influence among workers and trade unions. As a result, CPI was banned in 1934. By the early 1930s, communists distanced themselves from the Congress, labeling it a bourgeois party allied with imperialism. However, Dunn-Bradley thesis led to a shift in strategy, with P.C. Joshi steering communists to work with Congress against British rule. Around the same time, Congress Socialist Party was formed by Jayaprakash Narayan and Acharya Narendra Dev and Minu Masani. Though distinct from the CPI, the CSP shared Marxist leanings and sought to transform the Congress from within. Despite ideological splits and interval rivalries, including Subhash Chandra Bose Forward Bloc and M.N. Royists, the leftist groups collaborated post-1935. They collectively opposed imperialism and fought for social transformation. Communists played a significant role in trade union movements, notably in Bengal and Bombay. The AITUC gained massive membership and influence during the Quit India movement, reinforcing the communist presence. However, their emphasis on armed struggle and internal divisions limited their wider appeal. Ultimately, while the left failed to unify or replace the Congress, its influence on labor rights, mass mobilization and social justice significantly shaped the Indian independence movement. With that, we are done with the third part of Unit 3, the last part of Unit 3. So with the next video session, we will be starting with the Unit 4. So by then, happy learning.